All right, garden update time. Tomato plants thriving, getting big, but the problem is they've been pruned and now some of the branches are getting long enough that they're drooping down to touch the ground. You don't want that because that's where you get your, that's where it can get blight. So you don't want your tomato leaves and branches touching the ground. So we got some tomato cages over at Lowe's. We're gonna put them up. So I bought these tomato cages. You can see here, they're foldable so you can make them in an L shape, a square shape, or a straight line if you want to, but we're going to put them in our bed here for the tomatoes so that those leaves, like I said, you can see right here, they're getting low. I don't want them touching the ground. We definitely don't want any disease or infections there, but let me go ahead and put these up. You can see these here, they fold, they bend, you can hook them together. They kind of, they got the latches on the end there. I'm not gonna need those, but we're going right down the middle and on the right side of those tomato plants so we can get these leaves up off the ground. And I tell you quite honestly, I think we might be getting a little too much sun as I look down at some of these leaves, or we're not getting enough water. I may use some of that 55% shade over top of these as well. And this stuff will sit up high enough that I can put the shade on top of it. Might test that out for a couple days and see if some of these leaves don't stop shriveling up. I tell you, the beefsteak tomato plants just look awesome. Like they are skyrocketing. I don't see any wilt at all, but then when I look at some of my Romas here, they don't seem to be faring as well. So maybe the Romas just need some sunblock. We'll see. But yeah, let me put this stuff up. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but let's give it a try. All right, gotta be really careful that I don't damage somebody here. But let's try like, we might get away with one, actually. So let's do this. Let's go a little farther over. So there we go. I gotta watch my branches. There we go. Just like this. And then I'll be able to pull the stakes out. So there's that. And then we're gonna put this in like this. Okay, let's see here. This may do the trick with one. We'll see here. Make sure I'm not pressing them down. I want to break them. Got to be careful here. Small little space. I put this one up. It's just long and heavy. This one right here. Maybe not yet. I might tie that one up on its own, but here we go. Those. These. There we go. And I think the idea also is, as these grow out and they go up, I can tie some strings back and forth across here to lay them on. But we'll see how this works. Definitely don't want my guys, they're wilting a little bit here. Those look strong. The Romas don't look very strong, so I'm gonna put a little cover on these guys, I think. Same here with my squash. Let me bring you around here to show you this while I'm finishing this up. Go around here to show you this. This is a spaghetti squash as well, and it was thriving for a while, but I think it's getting burnt a little bit. I think we're just gonna have to cover this end of the garden for a little portion of the day, not all day, but I think it's getting too much sun, definitely. That Texas heat, we'll see. I've got sunshade like that. I've got a bunch more of it that'll cover this whole edge, so maybe we'll give that a try for the next couple days and see how the plants fare. All right, so you can see here I've got my cage system up. I've got all the branches off the ground. I'm still gonna have to prune a couple of them, but now we've got a system here that can keep the branches off the ground, keep the air flowing underneath them, which is a big deal. And then hopefully I'm gonna go ahead and put some sunshade over this as well, and we'll shade them part of the day. Probably leave it midday. I'll let them get natural sunshine, or I'll let them get 100% sunshine, sun up, and then you can see where the sun is by now. It's already shading part of my garden here, and that seems to be the area that's thriving the best. So yeah, probably the last maybe 2 to 3 hours of the day, they don't need as much sun. So here we got the 55% sunblock netting up. And again, I'm gonna have to kind of mess with this to see how it works, but I used clothespins, obviously, on the line over top. And then I clothespinned it to the side so the wind doesn't blow it off. But I'm leaving the front end, the east end open, because that's where the sun rises, obviously. And then after the sun gets right above it, it'll start blocking about 55% of it. We'll see if that helps with some of the strength on the Roma tomatoes, and then with what looks like dryness, quite honestly. Let's see here. Let's see how dry the ground is. I watered this morning. It's pretty dry still, so I'm gonna have to do a little more water. It says about 2 inches a week is what your garden should get. So I'm gonna have to figure out a little bit better of a watering schedule. Not lying, folks, it's a little more than hot out there. So got back inside, got my sunshade up, got my tomatoes propped up. Probably gonna have to get a good water gauge to put in the soil so I can make sure that we're not overwatering or underwatering, because either way, we're gonna end up ruining our plants. But with the sunshade, hopefully that'll take care of some of that wilt I'm seeing on the Roma tomatoes. But again, if this helped you out, if you give it a little bit of a thumbs up, put that right in front of my face, but that looks better than my face anyway. So catch you on the next one. Appreciate it.